Hi everyone. Good evening. Trust you're having a good day. If you can hear me clearly, please can you just say hi or hello in the comment section so I know that you're around and you can hear me clearly. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Can someone say hi or hello so I'm sure that you can hear me? All right. Okay. Great. Hi. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Tife, and I'm the growth lead here at Zim. And today we'll be talking about how to finance your dream of studying abroad in the US. So quickly, I am going to just go through what we do, who we are at Zim, what we do, and we have a very exciting guest that we can't wait for you guys to meet. She's going to break down everything you need to know about funding your dream to study in the US. So I'll just get right into it so that I can bring her up on stage as soon as possible. Okay. So Zim, who are we? What do we do? What are we about? Zim is a platform that connects individuals to schools globally. So if you're someone who is looking to start your master's in the US, you want to study and you don't know how to go about it, we're here for you. We have we have positioned ourselves in such a way where we've created a pathway that is very accessible to everyone. So it's not very difficult for you to start your master's, whatever course you want to study, program you want to study. We've made the pathway for you to get there and achieve that pretty easy. So what do we do exactly? What's all this easy pathway? How do we make it easy? We just simply take away all the jargon from admission process. So we guide you from the very beginning to the end because we realize that the biggest problem a lot of people have is because they don't understand the process that they have to go through. They make a lot of mistakes, and at the end of the day, they don't qualify and they don't secure the admission that they need to secure. So we take away all of the jargon and we simplify the process to you. We make you know this is what you need to do part time. Throughout your entire application process into these schools. We also provide visa coaching. So once you receive your admission, we have someone on standby who is ready to, tell you what you need to do, what you how you need to go about things, just so that you have the highest possible chance of securing your visa. We walk you through every option. So lastly, we walk you through every option that you have in terms of funding. If you're not sure, oh my god, if your school fees, for instance, is like $40,000, and you're thinking to yourself, how can I pay $40,000? How can I pay $20,000 per year? How can I pay $10,000? So we walk you through every funding option that is available, and we just demystify the entire process. People make it seem like you need to pay the lump sum at once. We simply demystify all of that to you, and we make it seem as easy as possible, tell you the reality of things. And if you need funding options, we walk you through all of that, which is something we will be really talking about today. So how is Zing different from every other platform? Because I'm very sure you'll be like, I've heard of one other Tom that does this. We are very big on intentionality. So for us, it's not just about, oh, getting you and forcing you into a school and then trying to just start your master's anywhere. No, we work based off of your budget, based off of what you studied in your undergraduate degree, what you have, where you're trying to get to, all of that. We're very big on intentionality, ensuring that you get into a program you are going to be fulfilled with and satisfied with. We give you personalized guidance. So we're not just a solution that is just trying to get everybody to fit into what we're trying to provide, but rather we fit into what your situation is and try to provide a solution for your situation. Hence why we have a visa coach, for instance, if you have peculiar situations in terms of your visa application, we have a visa code to walk you through that peculiar situation. So we're very big on intentionality and we personalize the solutions that we offer. Who do we serve? Who are we for? We presently serve Nigerians and then people in other African countries. So if you're a Nigerian, we're here for you. If you're a Ghanaian, if you're a Kenyan, we are here for you. We serve you. So at the moment, these are the people that we serve. So where are our partner schools located? If you're like, what schools do you have? What options do you have? We have schools in the US, we have schools in the UK, and we have schools in Canada. So this is where our partner schools are presently located. So one thing I should also mention is that for us at Zim, we have a one-on-one relationship with the schools that we work with. So it's not just like we're taking a bunch of people and we're trying to put them into schools where there's no relationship. So we're once you go through us, we're able to communicate with these schools and try to see that throughout your application process, whatever it is that we can do or we can they can help us or bring to our notice, we get that information and we give it to you as soon as possible. So whatever changes need to happen fast. So we have the privilege of getting this information, and then because of this relationship, we're able to serve you better, which is also working with us. So what's our process like? If you're like, okay, how would you help me? How does it go? First and foremost, you have to sign up on our platform, which is going to be on the screen right now. It is bit.ly/web sign up. The way it is, you can take a screenshot in case you want to sign up now or later. You sign up on the platform. Once you sign up, you would get an email. The email contains an ebook that you can go through to see the schools that we have and then the programs that are available in these schools. Between 24 to 48 hours after you sign up, somebody is going to call you. Our service is free. You don't pay for any part of the service that we offer. So everything that we do for you is free. So the call that you're going to receive is free. The person will walk you through everything you need to know on that phone call. It is free of charge. They will get to know you better, know your situation better, know what your CGPA is, how much you have, if you need funding, or programs you're applying for, the requirements. They walk you through everything in your initial consultation. So they also walk you through the available programs, like, oh, if you want to go for a particular program and they feel like this is not the best program for you and there's another program in another school, probably cheaper or will be a better option for you based off of what you studied in your undergraduate degree, they do all of that in that consultation session. So after we walk you through that, we help you pick the right program for you. We then send you documents so you know what the requirements are, and you can gather together your documents and start the application process. Once that is done, once you have applied, you have secured your admission, we would also talk to you about your funding option. The funding option will be done while in the initial consultation. But once you have applied, you secured your admission. If you are going to, for instance, you're looking to take a student loan, you're looking to just different funding options. We walk you through that process and then we help you out with that process as best as we can, like guiding you in terms of guiding you. Once that is done and you have secured your funds, we then hand you over to our visa coach. Our visa coach would then coach you through everything you need. If you have dependents, whatever it is you need, documents you need to get ready, every single thing you need for your peculiar situation, they walk you through it and the best option or the best approach to getting things done. The visa coach will then walk you through it and prep you for your visa interview. And once that happens, you get your visa approved. We then hand you over to the school so you are fully integrated into their program and everything. So yes, that is pretty much how our process is like. And like I mentioned, everything we do at Zim is free of charge. So we do not charge you for anything in terms of our service. What you do, however, pay for is if you are going to do like a cost-to-cost evaluation, when you're paying for your visa application and all of that, the standard things, you pay for them, but you don't pay Zim for anything. Our service is free. So what are the next steps? If you're like, oh my God, this sounds absolutely amazing. I want it. I want to, have a consultation. I need somebody to clarify things on studying abroad. I'm not sure what next steps to take. I was rejected. Whatever the issue is, the first thing that you have to do is to register with us. The link is already on the screen and I'll keep it. Somebody on the team is going to put the link in the comment section as well. So take screenshots, take notes, register with us. And like I mentioned, between 24 to 48 hours, you would have your first consultation. And after you have your first consultation, you'll be able to take the next steps that are required for you, especially to resume January 2025, because we presently have courses available for January 2025. There are schools that have opened their application for January 2025. So if you want to resume in school January 2025, please go ahead and sign up and let us start helping you out. Okay? Right. Thank you very much. So Olaide is dropping that in the comment section. Thank you very much. And I'm going to bring on board to the screen now Oyindamola. Hi, Oyinda.
Hello, hello Tife. Hi everyone.
Hi, good afternoon. It's so great to have you here with us. So yeah, everybody's really eager, waiting for you. They are here for you. They want to hear what you have to say. So we're really eager for you to share with us how we can fund our dreams, study abroad.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ife, for that.
Lovely
Hello,
to meet
everyone.
you.
My name is Oyindamola Rasheed. I am the business development manager in Africa for MPOWER Financing, right? I'm super excited to be here to give you more information about MPOWER and support you on the questions you might have. And Zim being a major partner of MPOWER, we're looking forward to ensuring that they're able to onboard you properly as one of their students, and we'll see how best we can support. I'll go ahead to share my screen so I can give you an overview of what we do at Empower and our loan facility and how Zim can support you in ensuring that you get your loan from Empower and you're able to fund your educational goal, right? Um, I don't know if anyone can confirm if you can see my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is. I can see your screen. It's visible.
Hello?
You can go ahead to share your screen. It will, you can see your screen. It was visible. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay, perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, great. Yeah. So starting your educational journey, right? With Zing, one of the important factors that you probably would think about is the school you're going to, the location you're going to, and the financial bit of things, right? What Empower wants to ensure is you have access to global education without having to think about your financial background, right? So when you're thinking of a really good school and a very amazing cost, and you're like, oh, I can't afford it, so I wouldn't be able to go. We don't want that to be a reason as to why you don't achieve your educational goal, right? So Empire is there. Empire is a U.S. company that provides loans to international students to international students to school in the US and in Canada. One really great thing about us is we do not require collaterals or cosigners in order to access an Empower loan, right? We've serviced over 4 billion loans in the past few years, and we've partnered with over 400 plus universities in US and Canada. The amazing thing is SIM is here to provide you all the universities that we support. So if you connect them, they should be able to provide you all of this information, right? And we've provided loans to over 200 plus countries. So students from Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Zimbabwe, India, China, they've been able to access Empower Loan, and they're currently, in US and Canada using Empower Loan to study their study abroad, right? Once again, we're focused in just US and Canada. So when you're filtering out your school, you need to ensure that US and Canada is one of the locations that you're looking out for. For the schools, connect them, let them, they would help you, search if your school is a partner, if you're with a partner, and then you have access to Empower Loan, right? There are ways that we determine you as a student if you're qualified for an Empower Loan. We're looking at your future potential earnings, right? So what I like to say is, if you think about it, you're going for a STEM course, maybe a data science course, and you're looking at the ROI, the returns on investment on that course in the next 5 to 10 years, and you're able to say that, oh yeah, I should be able to um, repay back my money in like the next 5 years and like the next 3 years, because the ROI on my income for that period of time would be, a lot to be able to repay back the money. So we're looking at your future earning potentials. We don't want to look so much at your previous earning potentials because we want you to be able to have access to this finances so that you can have access to global education. Now, how do we compare to other banks and local lenders? fixed rates, we provide a fixed rate of interest, right? So throughout the life cycle of your loan, we would ensure that the fixed rate, the rate that has been agreed from the beginning of the loan period, is what you would have throughout the life cycle of the loan, right? So regardless of the economical situation of volatility, it's going to be a fixed rate, right? And we do not require a cosign or a collateral. I understand that, in Africa we are built on we're not very much a credit system type of ecosystem. So it's a struggle to, be confident enough to borrow a loan. But if you have the mindset of leaving the country to the US or to Canada, we need to change that mindset to the credit type of mindset, right? In this case, we're not telling you, oh, give us something in order for you to get the loan. There are no collaterals, there are no cosign as required, and everything is completely online. Like, the process is so easy. And with Zim being a partner, it's just made it even way more easier because you have the Zim team to, support you throughout your loan process, application process, to like literally hold your hand throughout every bit of the process, from your eligibility stage to your loan approval to you uploading your documents for you to get a loan approval. Zim would help you through all that process. So I'm sure after this call, or the team will send you maybe a UTM link or a link to access your application so that you can start applying, right? So once you get a loan approved from MPOWER, the good thing is we provide you a free support letter for your visa application, right? We understand that visa application could be, a bit tough, and we want to, make every process of your loan application extremely seamless for you. So we'll provide you a free support letter for your visa application, where we're stating that, we're going to be supporting you with the tuition fee, living expenses, and school expenses. And we provide this loan for all types of degree, either STEM or non-STEM degrees. And remember, we partner with over 400 plus schools that that can cover your MPOWER loan. It's very easy again. All you need to do is send an email to the Zing team or contact them. They will get you started. They will show you they will literally hold your hand to show you how to get started from the start of your application, checking your eligibility. If you're going for a graduate degree program or an undergraduate degree program, you're a good fit for an MPOWER loan. And if your school is a partner of MPOWER, you're a good fit for an MPOWER loan. And also, if your program is within 2 years or less, so meaning the start date of your program to the end date of your program is a total of a 2-year program or 24-month program, you are a good fit. If it's lesser than that, you are still a good fit. However, if you go beyond that, unfortunately, would not be able to support you, right? It takes about 30 seconds to start, 30 minutes to complete your application, and uploading your documents is up to you so far as you have your admissions letter available, right? All of this is what the Zing team will help you to check and, to ensure that you get a loan approval. And once you get your eligibility, right, I think that one of the stages, the most easiest stages, is your eligibility stage, right? There are three key things to note, which I'd already mentioned. You need to be going for a 2-year program. So if you're an undergrad and your program is a 4-year program, it simply means that we're funding your latter 2 years. So the first year and the second year, you probably would, sponsor it yourself, and then we then support you for your third year and your fourth year, right? If you're going for a graduate degree program, say maybe an MBA or a master's, so far as a 2-year program or less, you're a good fit and you're okay to go. However, if you're going for a PhD program, which is like 3 years, so we'll be funding like your second year, your third year, so meaning your start date needs to reflect when you will start funding your education. I mean, one amazing thing about MPOWER for me is we're not just leaving you alone when it comes to, oh, get your education. Once you're done, we'll sit down there and wait for you to look for a job. I mean, we've put out plans or steps in place and free additional support, such that we have a team that will support you in when you're looking for a job, reviewing your CV, your resume, your LinkedIn. We want to ensure that you're able to achieve your educational goal and your career goal, right? So for us, it's an entire ecosystem of getting the education you want, getting the career you want, and we just want to see you excel. And that also will reflect in you be paying back our loan, right? You can take this loan for as long as 10 years, and the maximum is $100,000 and minimum of $2,001. So this $100,000 can cover your tuition fee, your living expenses, your school expenses. We want to ensure that you are focused on your education, and you being worried about how do I fund my next academic session and all is being eliminated in the process, right? And if you decide that after 3 years, after 4 years, you have enough money to repay back your loan in full, you can do that without prepayment penalties, right? Um, we advise students, to go for STEM, and regardless, even if it's a non-STEM, we're happy to support you. But a STEM program so that you're able to determine the relevance of that program in the job market in the next 5 to 10 years, right? Again, we're happy to provide you visa support letter for your visas, and all the disbursements goes directly to the school. We do not disburse any amount to the student. I'm sure a couple of people are thinking, oh, so how do I get my living expenses? Yes, so we've partnered with banks in the US and Canada to make it easy for you also when you travel, when you get to the US and Canada, to open an account, right? So we've partnered with banks so you can open an account and you can come up with an agreement with your financial aid officer and the university to disburse your living expenses to your bank account in the US and Canada, right? Now down to the interest rate. The interest rate is 12.99%, right? Automatically, we have a deduction of 0.25%, but your annual interest rate is starting from 12.99%. So once you upload all your documents, you verify your document, your loan is being approved. On your loan approval letter, you see your final interest rate, the amount you're going for, and then the loan terms, how long you're taking that loan for. So you ensure to check that document once you're satisfied. If you're not, again, the Zoom team is available to help you to support you. If you have any queries, ensure to reach out to them. I'm sure Tifa will give information on the people to reach out to. They'll be happy to support you in ensuring that your loan application process is smooth and your disbursement process is also very seamless. And we have, amazing reviews on Trustpilot because we supported so many students across Africa, Southeast Asia, Asia, and we keep on supporting students. We're looking forward to supporting even more students, right? And I will speak briefly on our repayment plan, right? Once you get to school, and 3 months after you resume school, you're requested to start paying the interest on your loan. And why do we say start paying interest on your loan? Is so that you can start to build your credit history in the US or in Canada, right? These are very important factors for us. We've reflected back and looked at what the struggles for students that are going to study abroad are when it comes to accommodation and getting some other facilities, and the struggles are behind not having a credit history to show to whoever it is that is giving you the house, right? And that's why we implemented that. Ensure that you start paying the interest while you're in school so you can start building your credit history some sort while you're in school, right? And 6 months after school, you're expected to start paying the principal and your interest. So you have a 6 months break, and our team can support you in searching for a job during that period and ensuring that you get a job so that you can start to pay back the interest and the principal on your loan, right? Um, Once again, our process is extremely seamless. Zoom even makes it more seamless for you, right? To check for your schools, you can contact Zoom. They will send you the link. Also, you need to ensure that you're within 2 years of graduation, meaning your program is 24 months or less. We provide loans of all degrees, so all degrees are open to access our loan. And to start your, application, I'm sure the Zoom team would reach out to you to ensure that they support in starting your application and in ending your application to ensuring you get a disbursement. We want to ensure that everybody in this call that wants to get access to an MPOWER loan to study in the US or Canada have a seamless journey in getting it, right? We have a team in Empower that reflects our borrowers, so we understand the pain point of our borrowers. Because of that, we ensure that we provide you a seamless service. And with Zine, it makes it even more easier. So to start your application today, please contact Zine and they would support you during your application process. And I would hand over to Tifa for questions and
Yeah. Thank you so much, Oyin. Thank you. That was really great. So we already have some questions. If you have questions, please put them down in the comment section. So somebody on the team is taking note of them, and then we will be addressing these questions one at a time. Okay. So the first question we're going to take here is from Success. Says, please, what happens after taking the loan and in the course of study, I get a scholarship or graduate assistantship that covers the tuition fees? How do I reconcile this with Empower?
yeah, so if you've taken the loan, that's fine. Again, remember that you can pay, but you can pay the loan, you can pay in full without any penalty plans, right? So in a case where you get a scholarship or a graduate internship, for the fact that we've already disbursed the loan is already counting. However, you can now see that for your next academic session, we need to close out on the loan, and that's acceptable. So what you're paying for is the loan that we've disbursed to the school. So for example, if your entire tuition fee for the 2 years of your study is $100,000 and your first academic session is about $50,000, and we disburse the $50,000, unfortunately your loan would start counting, right? However, you can decide that for the other $50,000 for your next academic session, you want to cancel it because you've received some form of scholarship. That you can obviously do.
Okay. Thank you. So next question is from Mary. Mary is asking if the interest rate is monthly or annually. I think you just need to explain that a little better so she understands what you mean by fixed.
Yes, so it's a fixed interest rate, is annually, right? It's an annual percentage rate of starting from 12.99%, right? We review your application, we assess your application, and based on that, we then give you a percentage, your interest rate. So the interest rate is starting from 12.99%, and it's an annual percentage rate, so it's annually.
All right. Abiodun says, does this loan also cover visa application fee and can get a graduate program include dependent? Okay, so I guess they are trying to ask if it covers their visa application fee and if they when they get their graduate program, if it covers their dependents, I guess, in terms of living expense.
Yes, so again, Empower provides international student loans, right? So it would cover just your tuition fee, your living expenses, and your school expenses. So for your visa application fee, you'd have to handle that yourself. We don't cover visa application fee. Your living expenses, you can request for up to $20,000, right? For that, so you can indicate that there's a dependent also.
Okay. Um how much do I need to have? Okay, so I think I can take this. Oluwadare, I think pretty much it differs based on your course of study because different courses require different school fees. So all of that would come into consideration when determining how much you might need before you secure the loan. So in this case, it's best for you to register with Zim, and the link has been pinned, so you can just take a screenshot, take note of it, register with us, and then somebody can guide you through everything you need based off of your course, how much it will cost you, and all of that. So please register with us, and somebody would be able to walk you through that. So yeah, next question: does Empower support non-STEM programs?
Yes, we support all degrees, STEM and STEM. We're happy to support all degrees. So whether you're going for a STEM program or a non-STEM MBA program, you were happy to support. So far as the graduate degree program, all degrees, and and the school that we've partnered with is the school that you're applying to, then yes, support.
Okay. How do I know if I'm eligible for a loan before applying to the school for admission? So this is where Zoom comes in, and we help you to see if you're eligible. So, like I mentioned, register with us and have the conversation with the consultant free of charge. We're not charging you anything. It's free. It doesn't even cost you anything. So just have that conversation. Let them guide you on the next steps you need to take. So I think I'll take this. Is there a possibility of working while schooling? So gospel, yes, there is. I think once you secure your admission, you have a stipulated hours. I think about 20 hours of work hour. But we had a previous webinar on this where somebody came and really spoke into to address this particular problem. So you can check our website, and after this webinar, we will be sending an email with every relevant link, including a link to this video where you can get more information about schooling and working and all of that. Okay, so I think somebody has a peculiar situation that I think you might want to speak into. I was admitted for the fall 2024 session and applied for MPOWER loan, but it was not approved. I had to defer my admission to spring semester, which I'm done with the application. How am I sure it will be approved this time? Because I was told it will take another 90 days to make another application after you applied.
Yes, so for every single application that we do not approve, we attach a letter to state the reason why your loan has not been approved, right? So it's clearly stated in that letter. So it could be for various reasons. It could be maybe a default in credit, or so maybe you've borrowed from previous lender and there were defaults that you need to pay up on, or it could be that we're unable to verify some of your documents. So that specific reason will be stated. So until you resolve that reason, then you can get the assurance that your loan will be approved this time around. So you just need to check for that reason and ensure that everything's checked out to reapply.
All right. So I know you mentioned this, but somebody else is asking again. They want to be sure how they will get their living expenses because they need the money.
Okay, well, good question. Your living expenses, once we disburse all the funds to the school. So once you get to school, like I said, we partnered with banks in the US and in Canada. So once you get to school, you can open an account. So it makes it very easy for you to open an account. You can open an account and then come up with an agreement with your financial aid officer in the school. You can send them an email, come up with you both will come up with an agreement, and then they disperse your living expenses to your bank accounts in the US or in Canada.
All right. So I'd like us to. What happens in case of visa denial and my Empower has been divorced?
So we don't disburse your we don't disburse the loan to the school yet until you get your visa. So once your loan has been approved, right, we wait for your visa. We wait for you to get your visa. There's a waiting period for your visa. Once you get your visa, then you upload your visa data page, and then we proceed to disbursing the loan to the school. In a case where your visa has been denied, it simply means that we would not get your visa data page, and unfortunately we will not be able to process the disbursement to the school. So would expect you to, reach out to Zine so that they can support you in sending an email, contacting our team, and then we're able to provide the necessary support to defer your loan approval to when next you intend to apply for your visa application.
All right. So Onile is asking, and also with Empower loans, will it stand as a proof of fund for visa application?
Yeah, so for visa application processes, right? You're obviously expected to have proof of funds. However, we provide you a visa support letter where we state that we're covering your tuition fee, living expenses, and school expenses. But I like to advise students that ensure that you have some funds in your account also to show that you're able to mitigate any risks that could come up whilst you're in school, right? So yes, we provide you a visa support letter to show that we're covering your tuition fee, living expenses, and school expenses whilst you're in school.
All right. Great. So, someone is asking that if they are presently servicing a loan, does it affect their chances of securing another loan with Empower?
Yes, if you currently have a loan that you're servicing and you wouldn't be done paying off the loan before you resume school and leave the country, it would affect your chances of getting an Emperor loan because it simply means you're leaving the country without paying off the already existing loan and you're about to take in another loan. So the repayment now becomes a problem for us.
Okay, I think I'll take this. Is finance and investment banking a STEM course? Yes, it is. Um, from I think this person is applying to UNCW. Yes, we're told that it is a STEM designated course. So I want to address this person's particular situation. I lost my admission because Empower couldn't fund my deposit fee, which is still part of the deposits. Is the loan for those that have already arrived in the US? I'm guessing that this is for in the US, in particular. That is the loan just for people who have arrived in the US?
Okay, so no, you can right now you can apply for an EMPA loan from wherever it is that you are, right? Let's assume that you're resuming school in January 2025. You can always apply wherever it is. You don't have to be in the US before you can apply for an EMPA loan. However, we expect that you're able to cover your deposit fee whilst you cover the main tuition fee, your living expenses, and all because one of the requirements for an employer loan is for you to have your admissions letter, right? And to get your admissions letter, you probably for some university you need to be able to pay the deposit fee, right? So for you to provide us one of the documents that require is that's the your admissions letter, you then need to pay your deposit fee. That would have to be handled by you because we can't disburse the loan without having your admissions letter.
Okay.
So you can apply for anywhere. You don't need to be in the US. If you're in the US and you're already schooling, obviously we can support you. If you're in Nigeria and you're just applying to a school, you've applied to a school and you get to leave because you're trying to get a hang of the financials, you can obviously apply for an Empower loan through Zim and we will support you.
All right. So Elijah is asking what the limit of the loan he can take is. That's the
Um,
maximum amount.
the maximum is $100,000. You can take up to $100,000 to cover your tuition, living expenses, and school expenses.
Okay, I'll take this. Or Lua, if you have a 3.2, we have, like I said, register with Zip. So we have some schools that definitely can take you. So yeah, just register with Zip and let a consultant walk you through the options that you have, for this CGPA. Okay, so Courage is asking, what if they already have an admission? How do they go about applying for the Empower loan?
Yeah, so if you already have an admissions, very good. Like you should start applying now. How do you go about applying for the Empower loan? There's a link that's been pinned to the chat. You can click on that link and start your application. Again, the steps are really easy. The first stage is your eligibility. You've gotten your admissions letter, which is really good. Ensure that the school you got the admissions with is a partner of Empower, which Zim can help you in checking that. Ensure that the program you're going for is within 2 years or less, and ensure that you're going for a graduate degree program. or on undergraduate degree program. So your starting point is clicking on that link to start your application. It takes about 30 seconds to check your eligibility. Then you then start your application properly after once you've been confirmed eligible. So we'll ask for basic information like your name, your school background, your educational background, and your financial information. So if you have a scholarship or you have your own personal funds that you want to use also and then you need all empire to be a balance for your tuition fee, you can just indicate all of that and we're happy to support. Yes.
All right, thank you. Dennis, no, there's no age limit for application as long as you meet the requirements for the school that you want to apply to, and that has to do with like CGPA, has to do with just certain documents that you need, transcript and all of that. Once you have everything in place, nobody is putting an age limit like, oh no, we don't want people of this age to come on board. As long as you can learn and you meet all the requirements, definitely you can secure your admission. So please register with us and speak to a consultant. So they just walk you through the options that you have in terms of the course you want to study and what your budget is like. Yeah, that would be so. In Kosala, when applying for the loan undergrad study, so I hope this person also understands that undergrad studies is just 2 years of your undergrad study that will be covered. It's not the entire 4 years or 5 years. If it's 5 years, like it's just 2 years. Do I have to use my account or my sponsors? I guess they are requesting in terms of proof of funds or financial, whatever financial statement they might have to submit to Empower.
Yeah, so if you have a sponsor, I mean, that is really good, right? Most of the time, having to show the account is more for the visa officer. So far as you're able to fund your first year, second year, and your third year, you're able to show that in your bank statement that you're able to sponsor that, and then we can come in on your third year and fourth year. We will still provide you a visa support letter to say that that is it's the period that we're covering for and covering for your tuition fee, living expenses, and school expenses. So I think it's dependent on you and if you have the funds to cover like the first 2 years of your undergrad study.
Okay. Um, Andrew made the statement, and I'd just like you to address it because I guess this is something quite a number of people might be skeptical about. Skeptical about. The challenge is visa approval using loan as proof of funds. U.S. visa officers are often skeptical about loans since students are meant to strongly prove non-migrant intent. So how can I guess just address using the loan and it also stating a non-migrant intent?
I mean, we've had students used Emperor loan. We've had a couple of students, like processed over $4 billion loan, right? And these are from international students. So I think it's more of the way that questions are being answered during your visa
Yeah.
interviewing process, right? And if it's not a thing of a loan facility, it could be a thing of private documentations that you've provided and all of that. So I don't think that a loan facility is a reason why your visa would be denied or not approved, right? It could be the way you address, maybe repaying back the loan, the way you address it, by saying that, oh, I'm going to stay back in the US to work. Obviously, that's not something they want to hear. They want to hear that you're coming back home, right? So I don't think that a loan facility is a reason why your loan be disapproved. Probably the way you articulate the response to the certain questions regarding the loan facility.
All right. Darlington is asking that when you say we need to have a certain amount in our account to access the Empower loan, would that money be taken from our account?
No, you don't need a certain amount to access an Empower loan, right? If Empower will ask you for a proof of fund, it simply means that you have a funding gap and you want to understand how you intend to pay that funding gap. So, for example, you request for maybe if your entire tuition fee is a 100,000 dollars, but you're requesting for $50,000. We want to understand how you intend to repay. You intend to pay the $50 of your tuition fee. So probably will ask you for proof of funds of how you pay that back. So, when you also get to the visa consular, we know that we're 100% confident that you're also going to get your visa approval, and we're happy to approve your loan facility.
Okay, perfect. I noticed you guys talk more about US schools and Canada schools. What about UK? Does Empower partner with any schools in the UK?
Yeah, so Empire is focused in just the US and Canada. So we provide loans facility for those US and Canada. So we partner with over 400 schools in the US and Canada. For now, we're not in Europe, we're not in the UK. It's just North America, US and Canadian schools.
Thank you. Can Empower loan be used as proof of funds for you and your dependents?
All right. Empower loan is an international student loan, right? It doesn't go beyond that. So it is what is invoiced as your tuition fee. That's what we'll pay for. It is what you provide as your living expenses is what we pay for. And as your school expenses is what we will pay for if your loan is being approved, right? So I want us to see it as an international student loan. Okay.
Okay, so Ife Buko, I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I'm just going to address this for students in polytechnic institutions. So I'm assuming you graduated with an HND and you're trying to get into a school in the US, like do your masters. What usually happens is that you have to do a course evaluation to get your transcript from HND to now be in BSc US standard. And once you have that and you're able to secure your admission, you can apply for the Empower loan. So you need to, convert that HND to and do a cost to cost evaluation. What is an example of that? And then secure your admission, and then you would be able to get access to the Empower loan. So you need to meet the university's criteria in terms of that before we move on to Empower. I think Oyinkon tried to shed more light in terms of the um, Empower using their accounts. Mentioned that she's done with the first 2 years of her undergrad and will be applying to transfer admission. So can she can use her sponsor's account for that. So while transferring admission, I guess to secure a loan for the remaining 2 years of her study.
I'm not sure I really get the question well. I'm not sure I get the question.
Okay.
So,
I guess what she said.
let me just address transfer admissions, right? So we support if you are looking to transfer to another school, right? And you want Empower to, provide you a loan for that. We can definitely do that for you, right? Again, still in that process, we provide you a support letter that we're supporting your tuition for the transfer to school, right? For the sponsored account, again, I assume that if you're transferring from a school in the US to another school, you don't necessarily need to apply for another visa because you still already have like a valid one, right? So that's why I may be conflicted with that question. So we'll come back once the question is being rephrased.
All right. So before we take this question, I want to clarify. There's somebody that has been asking if Zim helps people secure admission. So we help make the process simpler. That's the best way I can put it. The schools are impartial to us just because we have a relationship with them or a partnership with them. We're not going to say, oh yeah, use us and 100% guarantee you would secure your admission. You need to meet the criteria. So what we try to do is to ensure that you meet that criteria. We try to ensure that all your documents are in place. We try to ensure that anything that might stand between you and that admission, we are in communication with the school and we try to resolve it to see that you get the admission, but we're not 100% guaranteeing the admission. We're just helping you have the highest possible chance to secure that admission. We're not the ones giving out the admission, okay? Just to clarify that. Okay, Oyin, this one is for you. It says, please, what's the repayment like for Empower? I think this is a great question for you to shed more light on in case they missed it while you were speaking about it, just so they understand how they will start the payment and what the eventual 10-year payment is like with the interest and all of that. Yeah.
Yes. So once you get your Empower loan and you start school, 3 months, when you get to school, we give you a 3 months break to settle in and get acquainted with the environment, and then you're expected to start paying just the interest on the loan. So you're expected to pay only the interest on the loan while you're in school. Then 6 months after school, we provide you support in trying to look for internships or jobs so that you can start to pay back the principal and the interest on the loan. So 6 months after graduation, we give you a break. After that 6 months, then you're required to start paying both the principal and interest on the loan, and you can spread it for as long as 10 years.
Okay. Can Empower loan prevent one from getting scholarship? So people are asking if just because they secured they have this loan, does it stop them from getting a scholarship when they're applying for
I
scholarships?
mean, we're super excited when people get scholarship. Like we're very happy for students when they get scholarship. So no, like I mean, we like we like students that get scholarship because it just shows that you're a top student, right? And we're happy to support you in the balance of your education. Because why would you be a top student and financials would be an hindrance for you to get a global
Mm-hmm.
education, right? So we are excited when you get a scholarship. We'll support you to ensure that you get a loan to advance your education.
All right, great. So this is the last question we're going to be taking, and it's from Mary. So I'm going to explain this better. So, Mary, when before one of the requirements for you to get the loan from Empower is that you need to have secured your admission because they need to see your admission letter, right? Or we can confirm this. So in order for you to secure the admission letter, if you are going to a school in the US or Canada and they say we want um we want a BSc or equivalent to, let's say, a 3.0, a BSc or equivalent to a 3.0, if they are very specific. That's an example. Or even if they are that's if they are taking evaluated transcripts, because some people might be very specific that it's not equivalent, we just want a BSc transcript. Because you're an HND holder, you don't have a BSc or equivalent of a BSc to a 3.0. What you do to convert that to be that equivalent of the BSc to their standard is you do a cost to cost evaluation. So the cost to cost evaluation converts your HND to a BSc equivalent. Then you now apply to the school as long as you meet the other requirements. When you now secure the admission, you can now send your admission letter to Empower as long as you also meet Empower's requirements, and then you can get the loan. So it's not that we are saying no, HND holders don't get loan. No, I'm just explaining the process of how you secure your admission if they're asking for a BSc or equivalent of a BSc, and then you get to do that. So, guys, a lot of questions are still coming in. We would love to answer everybody's question, but we really don't have the time. So please um, sign up sign up with Zim and take advantage of the free service that we offer. We're not charging you for it. There are consultants that are ready to take these questions, to answer you, to guide you through your entire application process. So please sign up on our platform. Let somebody speak with you, understand your peculiar situation, and help you with the next steps that you need to take. Oyin, thank you so much for being a part of this, for taking our time. We really appreciate you. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I'm excited about the good work that Zim is doing, and I'm excited that the students are in safe hands with Zim, especially ensuring that you achieve your educational goal with or without a loan. So, yeah, well done, Tifa, well done, team, and thank you all for having me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, guys. So if you need to watch this again after this session is over, you're going to get an email from us, and we're going to be sending relevant links, including the visa links to watch videos where we discuss stuff about visa, discuss about what it is like to work and school, building a career, and all of that. We would give you enough resources. So yes, please watch out for that email so you can watch this again, and you can also reply to that email if you have specific questions that you want answered, and then we would reply. But please sign up so that you have the consultation session with somebody on the team, and then they can address your questions, in real time and all. So thank you very much, everyone. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.